Hillary Clinton has always been surrounded by scandal. But nothing is worse than this. A new book reveals what she did after one murder, and it will leave you speechless. Former Democrat National Committee Chairwoman Donna Brazile shook up Washington with her book, in which she writes that Hillary and the National Party rigged the Democrat primary. But that isn't the most shocking revelation. Brazile recounts how she responded to the murder of a young DNC staffer in a mugging gone wrong that is still unsolved to this day. She recounts how she asked Clinton if she could use some of the campaign's leftover, $3 million to set up a reward fund that would lead to the capture of the staffer's killer. Clinton blew her off in what critics called a soulless move. The Daily Caller reports, Brazile was so concerned with Rich's death that she used her brief, only phone call from Hillary Clinton after the election loss to bring him up. She asked Clinton to use some of the millions of dollars the campaign had in order to set up a reward fund to find his murderer. But Hillary said she really had to go. I knew the campaign had over $3 million set aside in a legal fund. Could she help me get this lawsuit started? And don't forget the murder of Seth Rich, I told her. Did she want to contribute to Seth's reward fund? We still hadn't found the person responsible for the tragic murder of this bright young DNC staffer. You're right, she said. We're going to get to that. But she really had to go. She had made the call and checked it off her list, and I accepted after we said our goodbyes that I might never hear from her again. This wasn't the first unnerving encounter Brazile had. She became paranoid when a friend in the intelligence community warned her to take precautions after the staffer's murder. The Daily Caller reports, but Brazile says she had a spook, with connections to the intelligence community, who told her after the killing that she needed protection for herself, including cameras, alarms and backup power at her house, and that she heeded his advice. And they reported she followed through on his advice. A veteran operative and television pundit who had long served as DNC's vice chair, Brazile abruptly and, she writes, reluctantly took over in July 2016 for Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. The Florida Congresswoman was ousted from the DNC on the eve of the party convention after WikiLeaks released stolen emails among her and her advisors that showed favoritism for Clinton during the competitive primaries. Brazile describes her mounting anxiety about Russia's theft of emails and other data from DNC servers, the slow process of discovering the full extent of the cyber attacks and the personal fallout. She likens the feeling to having rats in your basement. You take measures to get rid of them, but knowing they are there, or have been there, means you never feel truly at peace. Brazile writes that she was haunted by the still unsolved murder of DNC data staffer Seth Rich and feared for her own life, shutting the blinds to her office window so